Dude, welcome back to the Fitcoach Go program. In this session, we are going to run through your progress log. So if you're ready, let's jump straight into it. Now, the progress log is actually differentiated into two sections. On the left-hand side, we can see that you've got the progress log, and then on the right-hand side, we have your tracker. We're actually going to start with the progress log, and it's very simple to use. It's actually broken down into stages, except table number 3 is not within those stages, but we'll come on to that momentarily. So let's start from the top and work our way down. We can see that in the stages section, there are 4 stages. Stage number 1, we need to enter your data into table number 1. Stage number 2, we find out your calories and your macronutrients in table number 2. Stage 3, compare to your tracker 7. And of course, that's going to be very much individual, depending on your height, your weight, your age, your gender, and also your unique circumstances, as well as how many calories you've tracked, the number of carbohydrates, proteins, and also fats. And then stage number 4, we want to track your data each week in that tracker section, which we'll come on to momentarily. So let's work through it step by step. Stage number 1, we want to enter your data into table number 1, which is directly below. So let's imagine for a second that you are a 35-year-old individual. Your body weight is, let's say, 80 kilograms, and your height is 182 centimeters. Now, this program will only work if you are a male individual. Sorry, ladies, but essentially it's built around you as a man and the calorie calculator that we have designed, but also hidden within this section. You're going to enter your average steps per day. For the majority of individuals, anywhere between 7,000 to 10,000 is the average. So let's say you are currently doing 8,000 steps per day. Now, this part is very crucial. The start date. Now, you can see that I've already been playing around with it based on the previous training where we did look at your tracker 7, your assessment week, but it's extremely important that when you start your assessment week, you actually back yourself and you continue this program for the next 4 weeks. In total, 5 weeks. I don't want you to be someone that procrastinates, does the assessment week, and then life gets in the way. You have work, you have family commitments, and then you just push it back. Be an action taker. So make sure that when you select a start date, in this case, it could be the 9th of April, you are starting on that day, regardless of what's happening in your life. Stage number 2, we want to find out your calories and your macronutrients in table number 2. Now, as previously mentioned, there is a calorie calculator built into your progress log. So please don't edit any of the sections that don't need to be edited, but we can actually see that we have 2 sections here. Your starting calories per day. So for this individual, they're going to be consuming 1,750 calories. And you're probably wondering, well, Jack, hey, dude, that is way off my tracker 7. As mentioned, this is an aggressive calorie calculator. It's designed to help you lose roughly 0.4 to 0.8 kilograms per week, or at the end of this program, which should take you 4 weeks, 5 weeks, including the assessment week, 2.4 kilos to 4.8. But again, this is to depend on your body weight and your age. So without further ado, you should be consuming that number of calories per day. But hold on, we have something called a refeed calorie section. That's 2,300 calories, and we'll actually link that to your tracker in just a second. Stage number 3, we want to compare to tracker number 7. So once you've got these calories and once in table 3, you've got your macro data collection, just compare it to see whether it was similar, you were eating in a calorie deficit, or you were eating in a calorie surplus. Stage number 4, track your data each week in the tracker section. Now, before you do that, we actually want to take a look at table number 3 in a little bit more depth, and it's broken down into 3 sections. We've got the targets, which is your macronutrients, your daily target, and also your refeed day. We also have your macro data collection, so that's the amount of protein, carbohydrate, fat, and calories you're going to be consuming. 160 grams of protein, 175 grams of carbs, 45 grams of fat, and that comes to 1,750 calories. Or for your refeed day, well, guess what? Protein stays the same, carbohydrates are increased, and fat stays the same. And your calories are now at 2,300. On the right-hand side, we've got data. So we've got your starting body weight based on table 1, where you've entered that as 80 kilos. Your step target, it's designed to look at escalation to commitment. So it will take your baseline steps, which in this case is going to be 8,000, and it's going to add 1,000 steps to push you that little bit more. Fluids around 3.2 liters per day. And of course, these metrics will change based on the type of individual that you are. Now for the exciting stuff. On the right hand side, we can see that we've got your tracker, and it's broken down into 4 weeks, week 1 through to week 4. And your job is to actually enter this data on a daily basis, much like your tracker 7, because you track your finances every single month, what comes in and what goes out. It needs to be the same for your nutrition. So you can see I've practiced a little bit myself. In this case, we want to be hitting 160 grams of protein, 175 grams of carbs, and then 45 grams of fat. And we can see that should come to 1,745 calories. I consumed 4 liters of water. My body weight was, let's say, 80.4, slight fluctuation there. And my steps, well, I've managed to hit the 9,000 steps, and I've also managed to do 4 workouts and 0 cardio, because that's what it's asking me. Now, of course, if you can only train 3 times per week, we will come onto that in your training blueprint, but anywhere between 3 to 5 workouts per week is going to be sufficient. So for 5 days, you're going to be following those daily targets in this top section here. And then for 2 days, well, you can have a refeed, because for the majority of individuals, they tend to separate the working week, Monday to Friday, with the weekend. So that gives you the opportunity to have more calories and more carbohydrate, but, excuse my French, politely, don't take the piss. This program will only work if you actually hit these targets. If you start negotiating with yourself and you have more calories than what's been prescribed, well, guess what? You are not going to get the results that you deserve. So that being said, please don't take the piss. You've got 2 refeed days. You can plan them around your training. I would highly recommend that, rather than just having 2 rest days where you're eating more, because then you can use that fuel for your performance inside of the gym. And of course, if you are struggling to stay on track, you can DM me Fat Loss on Instagram, and I'll send you over my free Fat Loss Bible. It's worth $249, but if you DM me having purchased Fitcoach Go, I will send it across for free. And as you progress throughout the weeks, you have the opportunity to drop a review, or if you want to know exactly what to do after Fitcoach Go to keep seeing bigger results, you can click that section. It will give you a breakdown of what to do next. And if you want to join Fitcoach Pro, you are on a high, you want to get elite level results, well, all you need to do is just DM me 14 on Instagram, and I'll send you all of the details over. What we also need to do is track your check-in pictures, because whilst tracking data might seem everything that you need to be doing, well, pictures speak 1,000 words. So you should be having a regular check-in day. I recommend doing it on a Sunday, just because you've got work the next day, so that could be an excuse not to do it. But the Sunday allows you to reset, ready to tackle Monday. You're going to wake up, go to the bathroom, empty your bowel, you then weigh yourself before you eat anything. You then take those photos and you would click, yes, I've taken my photos and I've compared them with my baseline photos, which I would have taken in my assessment week for Tracker 7. And then I'm going to compare that on a weekly basis. I shall see you in the next training. I like the way